lovely people. Good morning, good day, or good evening wherever you are, and welcome back to the podcast. My name is Sanja, and today we are going to have a conversation that I think don't hear enough, and it is what men need emotionally, whether it be relationship and in life, even when the world tells them they shouldn't get it. And this episode is not just for men, it is for everyone who loves, leads, or walks beside a man. From a very young age, many boys are taught to be tough, to man up, to avoid crying, to solve rather than feel, and over the time that conditioning becomes an armor that they hide themselves behind. And many men grew into adulthood believing that to be worthy, respected, or loved, they must always be strong, always stable, always in control, always in protection, always alert. But there is a thing that we rarely talk about. Men have deep emotional needs too. Needs for encouragement when they are uncertain, affection and care without having to ask for it, engagement in meaningful relationships and projects that makes them feel alive and invigorated and strong and gentlemanly and manly, and yes, permission to be vulnerable without losing respect. This is very, very, very crucial for them. When emotions are constantly pushed down, something happens internally. And emotion doesn't just disappear by that kind of suppression, it festers. And then an unprocessed grief becomes anger. Unmet needs become withdrawal, and unspoken fear becomes burnout. And when there is no safe place to express all of this, men can feel profoundly lonely, even in a committed relationship, even in a full room of people. And we all heard the phrase, men don't talk. But the truth is, many men were never given a space where they felt safe enough to talk. And what I like in recent time, it is that I'm seeing a lots of workshops and classes that are dedicated to men, so that they can have a safe space for them to express, to learn, to share, to grow. I love those ones. And thank you to all the people who are organizing and leading such retreats and classes. In many relationships, we've been taught, subtly or directly, depends, that if someone pulls away, we should play harder to get. That love needs strategy, or that vulnerability is a weakness to be used and not to be honored. But here's the truth. Games, manipulation, and emotional blackmail damage trust. They teach men that opening up becomes with a cost. If someone shares their feelings and then gets pushed for it later through guilt, silence, sarcasm, or withdrawal, they learn to shut down. True emotional connection cannot exist where power play dominates. So if we want depth, if we want real intimacy and not performance, we have to choose integrity over control. And we have to stop playing hard to get, withholding affection as punishment, using silence as a weapon, threatening to leave unless needs are met immediately. And instead, we build trust by being direct with our needs, so expressing freely from the very beginning, respectful of boundaries, emotionally honest, not reactive, and loving without conditions. So what can we do and how can we support the men in our lives, whether as partners, friends, siblings, or leaders? And here are a few ways. Acknowledge the inner world. Ask, how are you really? And give space for silence. Don't push, just hold space. Affirm their value beyond what they do. Celebrate who they are, not just what they provide or fix. Encourage emotional fluency. Support therapy, group circles, men's retreats, or simply model emotional expression yourself. Co-create purpose. Men thrive when they feel useful in love and in life. Invite them into projects that matter. Be a partner in purpose, not just a passive observer. And reframe strength. Let's redefine strength, not as the absence of emotion, but the courage to feel it and stay present. And let's pause for a short guided reflection. Close your eyes if you can. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through the nose. Now, think of men in your life. Maybe your partner, your father, your brother, your cousin, your colleague, your neighbor, or yourself if you are a man listening. And ask gently, what are you carrying right now? And then, what would it feel like to be seen and supported just as you are? And inhale that feeling. Exhale the pressure to be perfect. This is the beginning of emotional liberation for all of us. If this episode touched something in you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, whether you identify as a man or low one, emotional support is not weakness, it is humanity. And healing begins when we allow ourselves to be seen and held. Let's leave the games behind. Let's choose love that is honest, grounded, trusted, and safe. Thank you for listening, and until next time, be kind, stay mindful, and hold space for love and truth.